Hi, Craig Metrowich for VideoCelebrityNews.com in Cape Town, South Africa. And I've got an international, beautiful, sporty guest with me. She's an athlete. She's a kite surfer. She's actually a pioneer in the sport. I would like to introduce Jessica Winkler on her day off. She's given this up for us. Jessica, welcome to the show. I'm an admirer of yours from a kite surfing point of view. Let's go to the beginning. How did you get into the sport a few years ago? I do know, looking at your bio, that you weren't actually living next to the sea when you got into the whole kite surfing scene. So let's set the tone on where were you from? Where were you originally from? Throw that accent.
I'm actually from the mountains in British Columbia, Canada. So I didn't even see the sea until I was 17 years old.
Sheesh, so that just goes to prove, right? For those watching, if you're inland at the moment and you're feeling landlocked and you think maybe you'll never be able to do the wonderful ocean sports, here's living proof and evidence that you can. Right, if the signal's good, give us a thumbs up, a love and a like. We're going to go into the intro. Hereafter, we're going to have an uncut, high definition video, which will be raw, sharing some more details about our warrior, and that'll be on VideoCelebrityNews.com. Let's just do a little bit walk around. So I see Table Mountain not in the background. Why? Because the weather. Jessica, in the beginning, kite surfing. Why choose kite surfing? It's quite a radical sport, eh? Why kite surfing?
Well, I used to snowboard and I wakeboarded, and I did that for like 17 years, and I actually just got bored because the element of, you know, the mountain doesn't move and everything is the same after a while. And so when I saw kite surfing for the first time, I thought that would scare me to death, and that looked awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a combination of, right, skateboarding, snowboarding, skiing, wakeboarding, and flying. Because, I mean, I've watched you guys, and it's seriously 45 feet in the air. They've now got these woo devices. Am I right? Am I saying it correctly?
Exactly, woo.
Yeah, which measures the height. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like, trying to beat other people flying even higher. I mean, what a sport, a very exciting sport. What does the training entail? So let's just say my audience are mainly business people, but guess what? They also enjoy the activities, you know, the healthy addictions. So as a novice, what would you recommend on how to get into the sport? What are the steps, the baby steps?
Well, I mean, you always have to take lessons from a certified instructor no matter what. It is a dangerous sport, and you need at least 10 hours of instruction. Otherwise, it's just not safe for you or other people. So you need to start with a good school and a good instructor. But after that time, it's just basically having patience. And sometimes business people find that really difficult.
Yeah, there's no instant gratification in this. It's, in other words, Mother Nature, you can't go do a sales pitch to Mother Nature. You know, if there's a 30 or 40 foot wave coming through, you're not going to be able to do some sales pitch, eh?
Well, it's a pretty humbling experience when you're used to being really good at something.
Correct.
And all of a sudden now you're like struggling. So it's just a matter of, you know, maybe giving up some of your constant gratification, bringing yourself down a little bit and trying to be patient and kind to yourself, and that's hard for successful business people.
And I mean, even if I think from let's go like a triathlete, I mean, there's nothing better than when a triathlete gets across and makes it into the top 10 as an example, right? And I mean, how much training and effort, pool training that was involved, there would have been a heck of a lot of, you know, effort before you get the satisfaction of actually winning something. And kite surfing is very similar. You got to put in the hours and effort, eh?
Absolutely. It's time, like anything in life. It's practice and it's time.
How's the equipment developed? Because I know when I kite surfed, by the way, let me tell you, it was scary stuff. It was. First of all, the kites never floated. They floated today. The bars, for example, are much, much better as far as safety. Have you seen the progress?
Oh yeah, the safety systems. I mean, when I wanted to start kiting in 2001, nobody would teach me because it was so unsafe, and I was a girl. And it took
She's a girl, by the way, in case you didn't work that out.
Yeah, and so nobody would actually even attempt to teach me to kite until 2007 because of how unsafe it was. And even back then, it was still a little sketchy and I got into some trouble. But nowadays, you know, after teaching kiteboarding for 11 years, it used to just be men such as yourself who were windsurfers. And now I've taught 8-year-old girls to kite. It's amazing.
So the technique and strength, is a balance between that. Often people think it's just massive strength. It's a balance between having some type of strength, but it's really about your technique. If you've been shown the right way.
Finesse. It's an 8-year-old girl. 8-year-old girl. She has no strength. It's all finesse.
Okay, my daughter's 5. She's got to wait 3 more years. She can then get into it and jump higher than her dad. That's going to be embarrassing. Some more questions just in the intro. This is for videocelebritynews.com. This is all about good news, inspiration. We are just wrapping up this year on a high note. So Jessica, that's what I wanted. Like, how could I really wrap up on a high? Having somebody from overseas. What is Cape Town like? I know you've traveled to about 40 countries, am I right?
Yeah.
Why back to Cape Town? I mean, what's the addiction? I mean, why Cape Town out of anywhere in the world?
Well, it has everything. Like a lot of kite surfing spots are either missing a social life, or there's like not good amenities, or...
Right, so let's just show the beach a little bit again. I deliberately took the beach out. I wanted to get it back in. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, this is a place where I find it just has absolutely everything, and people are so nice here. Like, I think... Honestly, South African people are some of the nicest people I've ever met.
We are friendly and hospitable. I mean,
Yeah.
I've also traveled extensively, and I tell people, be careful of the fake news and the political news, because they're all skewed towards winning votes and electioneering. Really speak to people that have been here a couple of times, because then you're going to get the reality. And every country does have its challenges. Every country, right?
Country.
So I
Even
mean, there's
America.
a given. Every country has its. Even Canada has its challenges. But if you're into the ocean sports, if you love extreme sports, in Cape Town, South Africa,
it's the best.
It's the best. I love that. Right, one or two more questions in the intro. Let's talk about your book. You're an author as well. You're also a presenter. Your book's the title around Warrior.
Yeah.
We're going to go into detail of that in the in-depth interview. We'll go into the details of it. Just show us, where's your book cover? That's a little bit of branding. I'm always for that. Okay, the title, read it out because it'll come out in reverse because we're vlogging. Confessions of a Warrior. Is that you?
It is me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, show that again. I'd buy it just for the cover. I wouldn't bother reading it. I'd just buy it for the cover. Okay, and what is the tone of the book? Is it inspirational? Is it a bio? What's in it? Why read it?
It's actually about... I had some pretty bad stuff happen to me when I was traveling, and it's about actually taking the sport of kite surfing and using that as my rehabilitative tool. And then 2 years later, I was in the World Championships because of pouring everything I had into a sport, and that actually completely helped on what I was going through. So
I relate to you now more than ever before because, I've been pushing this thing called healthy addictions. If I didn't have my ocean sports, even motocross, jet skiing, whatever you're into, it just balances your sanity as a human being, because I think we got too much communication, too much technology, and I love all those things, but note what I said, too much of.
Yeah, I find kiting is almost like a meditative state.
Correct.
And that's important.
Is it for you a complete reset button? When I've been on this ocean, right, after an hour, I come back and I could have a month's stress. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And you're full of energy again.
Correct.
It just balances everything back out in your life,
Alright, so that's going to be our wrap for the intro. This is Craig Metrowich for Video Celebrity News with Jessica Winkler, a AquaWOMAN, an author, a superstar, a good-looking superstar too, right? And she's going to share with us in detail a little bit more about her life's journey, and you can watch that this evening on Video Celebrity News. Any last thing you want to share as a give about 2018? What would you take out of this year into the new year? What are you going to do differently? Craig, I'm going to set a new record at the highest jump. Or Craig, I'm going to do more kiting, schooling wise. Any aspirations? You're going to do a new movie on your life. Why not? Laird Hamilton. There's some competition over here. That's a good idea.
I've actually met Laird once.
Have you? Okay. Shout out to Laird.
No, actually, I really want to focus on trying to help mentor actually some of the younger girls coming into the sport. And there's actually a high jumping competition that for the first time girls are allowed into.
So girls are going to be flying higher than the guys soon. I get it.
Yeah, so I just want to actually now at this point in my life really help the younger generation. I think that's what we're supposed to do now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to give back.
Yeah.
We must give back. So as I mentioned, giving back. All the stuff that I've been doing is to contribute towards childhood cancer for CHOC. All right, so I'd love to mention them because we are inspired, energized, we are celebrating life, but we need to have a thought for the kids out there that are fighting a thing like cancer, and to the volunteers that are involved at childhood cancer. You're a giver. I like that about you.
Thank you.
My life is about giving and inspiring, and that's going to be the good news. Shine the good news, shine the positivity, share the light, share that great smile, and share the experiences together. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.